Hello you guys, welcome back to Lily Reads. Okay, in today's video, it's our end of the month video, which means I am filming this at the beginning of September. We are going to be reading some Black fiction. I believe that Black fiction is the best that it has been in a long time. We are getting so many amazing stories about Black people, written by Black people right now, and I just feel like everyone should be reading Black fiction. Everyone should have a favorite Black author of the moment because people are just writing such amazing stories. There are so many things I'm learning about Black culture as a diaspora through people's novels. I'm learning words, I'm learning about new experience, and then the best part is being able to relate to other people's experiences and the things that other people are going through, and you're like, whoa, I thought I was the only Black person who experienced this, but then you get to see so many Black people have experienced these things. And so it's just a cross genre, whether it be fantasy, whether it be literary fiction, whether it be romance, whether it be any genre. Black people are showing up and showing out. I already told you Black YA is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, in this video we will not be reading any Black YA, but I wanted to get to some books that I knew I wanted to read for this video, before the year was over, and I thought this would be the perfect video for it. So we have Lisa Allen Augustini. She was shortlisted for the Women's Prize, The Bread the Devil Need. I cannot wait to read this book. It has been on my bookshelf, and I'm just what better time than the present? I don't know. I'm in the mood to read some literary fiction, and I feel like this is going to be the perfect time. Now, the next book, you guys, I get DMs and messages from you guys all the time asking me, have I heard of this book? Am I going to read this book? I realize I don't think I ever hauled this book for you guys, so you guys don't know that I own this book, and you've been asking me, or maybe I have, and you guys are just asking when I'm going to get to it. You Make a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akwaeke Emezi. I butchered that. I have it, you guys. I have it, and we are going to read it in today's video. I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm in front of a window. The sun is doing strange things. You know how that goes. I'm going to read it in this video. The time is now. We're doing this now. I am excited to get to this book. I've heard great things. I've heard bad things. So, I'm going to be the judge and juror. So, the next book is Wahala. We are going to read Wahala by Nikki May. This is one of those books where I have to read it now or it will sit on my bookshelf for the next year. I don't know. I don't love this cover. I don't love this cover. It triggers my vertigo. I don't know. I don't love this cover. It makes me dizzy. And so it's just one of those books where I'm I should read it. I don't know. I don't like this cover. And so, but I've never throughout the year wanted to pick it up, but I feel the time is now. The time is now for this video. Let's get it done. And then the last book we're going to read for this video is by Tara M. Stringfellow, and that is Memphis. I love the name Tara, by the way, but that is Memphis. We are going to read Memphis. Yeah, I'm excited. The first book we are going to read for this video is Wahala. I just feel it's time, once I get over this, but there's just some books that you own as a book owner where it's there's a hump, for some reason in your head you've made assumptions about a book, or you've just not wanted to pick up a book. So once you get over the hump, you're I've done it. So once I read this book, it'll be easier for me to continue this video, because I go through times in a month where all my end of the month videos are a labor of love, because there are times during the month I'm just cancel the video, y'all just won't get one at the end of this month. And so it's just so hard for me to continue these videos sometimes, because it's just not a week thing, it's an all month thing trying to get to these books, and I have other things I want to read during the month. But if I get this book out of the way, I know I'm making this video. So this will be the first book that we read for this video, and I'll come back with thoughts once I get the gist of what's going on in here. Okay, peace. So you guys, first clip of the vlog, and we're starting off with a little bit of a doozy. Not a doozy in terms of if it's good or not. I'm actually enjoying the book, but it's a little convoluted. This is one of those books that you really have to you have to really pay attention to at first to really get into it because it's a little like you just got to stay with it a little bit. Okay, so Wahala by Nikki May. This is one of the few books I think you should read what this book is about before you go into it, because like I just simply did not know what this book was about, so I didn't know what to expect when I started the book. But then once I got the groove of the book is pretty easy to follow. Okay, so this book follows 3 women and then a 4th woman who was like on the cusp of being a part of this threesome, and she's really important. Her being on the cusp is really important because I think she's the center of our story. Like whatever's gonna happen in this story is gonna happen because of her. Okay, so you have a girl named Boo, a girl named Ronki, and Simi. They all are biracial Anglo-Nigerian women, so they're white and black, Nigerian, and then they're white. I think all of them have white dads. Do all of them have white dads? I don't know. But like they're white, whoever in their family is white I think they're all English. I'm not sure 100%. Like it's just a little bit like remembering everyone's backstory is like a little bit confusing. Like I know Ronki, her dad is dead. Boo's parents, she has a stepfather who is white and she took on his name, but also I think she's half white too. And then Simi, what is Simi's life? I don't know. It's all confusing. Simi is the reason why the Isabel girl is a part of the story. Like it's a lot to keep up with, and like sometimes the girls mix together. Their backstories aren't like ridiculously different from each other for you to like be able to really differentiate them. The only voice that I feel like is really like Boo, the Boo character has the most interesting POV and her voice is the most distinct. Like you can tell when you're reading from her because she just has this very like she's over life. But Ronki and Simi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing these names right, they are the most the same. Like every time I'm reading a chapter between one of the two, I feel like I'm reading the same chapter. Like they just give very much the same energy. The only thing is, so let me go through the troubles that each woman has. So I think they all live in England. I was thinking about this before I said that. I think they all live in England. I'm giving you a terrible summary, but I think they all live in England right now. Anyways, you have Ronki. Ronki is who we meet initially. Her life is the most dysfunctional. She don't got no money. She has a man who is like named Coyote. He's like flaky and weird. She's getting back with him and they're looking for a house together. But like everyone is like, girl, you do not need to get back with this man at all. And basically, yeah, her friends like pity her the most because her life is just, you know, ridiculous. And like her dad is dead. And yeah, like she just has a lot going on. And so then you have Boo. Boo is in a very financially stable place. Her husband is successful, but she feels like she's a stay-at-home mom and don't have nothing to do. She has a daughter named Sophia and she just hates being a mom. She just hates the fact that being a mom is like her only thing she has to do. So she wants to get that under control. Then you have Simi. Simi is more of our corporate girl. She's working her way up the corporate ladder, but like she has all types of obstacles about her employers not caring. She also has a husband who is overseas in America and like they're trying to have a baby, so he thinks. So like, but she projects to her friends that like everything in her marriage is like perfect and great, but it's not. Then you have Isabel. Isabel has known Simi since they were kids in Nigeria. Isabel, we don't know too much about Isabel right now. All we know is it seems like she has money. The boys all look at her and like she just seems sophisticated and you know just pretty luxurious, but she has come in and she's basically kind of, I think, our fool for everyone. Like she's gonna come in and cause disruption. Overall, this book is really enjoyable. Like it's really enjoyable to read this book. My only gripe is that these women do get confusing. We do, so like I said, everyone is biracial and they have light skin, so you're working with this idea that all all of these women are Nigerian and they have light skin, and what that means for them, the privilege that they possess, how they move throughout the world as lighter skinned black biracial women. And yeah, that's pretty much what you're getting in this story. So far, nothing like big, no real big moments have happened that make me like think about what the story is going to be. Like, why am I here? I don't know yet why I'm here, but I'm enjoying the build-up. I'm enjoying learning about these characters. I do say they do blend together. The only one where I like know I'm reading their chapter is Boo. Like, if you just show me, if you gave me a sentence and you were like, who's saying this? If it's a Boo sentence, I'll know it's Boo. Everyone else, it kind of blends together. But I'm slowly keeping up. I'm slowly keeping up. And also, this book is marketed as like a Sex in the City, like almost type thing, which like I just did not go in here expecting this. But like, I'm enjoying it. Anyway, I'm gonna keep on reading it, and I will see you guys in some updates, okay? Peace. Hey guys, I wanted to come and give you guys my final thoughts on Wahala. I'm gonna give this book 3.5 out of 5 stars. This book is perfectly enjoyable. Like, I enjoyed the overall story. Like, I never wanted to put it down. I was in it. It was compelling. But these characters deserve so much more than what this book was able to give them. Here's the thing. I want to rate this book on 2 scales. I want to rate it based off what this book was trying to accomplish. Like, it was perfectly interesting. What this book was trying to accomplish, I guess it accomplished fine. So like 3.5, 4 stars. But where I do take a lot of points away from this book is this book never, like, because this book wants to tell a specific type of story, it almost throws away these really interesting characters. These characters never get the complexity. I am blurry. These characters never get the complexity that they deserve. They could have been so much more interesting. We should have got, like, first of all, these women are the worst women you've ever seen in your life. They are rude, they are nasty, they are colorist, they are anti-black, they are xenophobic even though they are Nigerian. They are all the things. And I just feel like there was no attempt to like humanize them as characters. You're just supposed to like be like, oh, they have their flaws, but they're fine. But the book never shows you any like human, anything to sympathize with them or empathize or understand where they're coming from. But you know those things must exist. And so I just feel like this story could have just been really interesting in that way and really explain our character. So when you get to what this book is trying to do, it all could have mattered. I just feel like there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough meat on the bone. There wasn't enough that just really packed the punch, because you just didn't fully care about our girls that were in the story. And then when you get to like the Isabel of it all, if you've read the story, she doesn't have enough either. So it gives very like mustache twirling villain, and you're like, what are your real driving motives here? Like, all the pieces are here to make a good story. It just needed some depth. These characters could have been so good if they were given the depth, but because there's a specific story trying to be told, we kind of just rush to the end of it. Like, you know what this story is leading up to, and it gives you exactly what you expect from it. But like, this book could have just done something so much more interesting. This book could have easily been 5 stars. These characters could be so good, but they just don't quite get to where they need to be. But it is enjoyable. Like, it's not one of those books you'll regret reading, but I guess if you really like it does feel kind of like a letdown, you know, because like it could just be so much more. So 3.5 out of 5 stars. The next book we are going to read is You Make a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. You Make a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. What's the name of the book, y'all? I don't got the book with me in the book, but it's You Make a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. I don't remember what the name of the book is, but that's what we're gonna get into next. Anyways, peace. Hello, you guys. We are here with our second book of the video. I have to tell you guys, the month is drawing close to an end, and I have only started the first, like, we read all of Wahala, and I am halfway through, not kind of halfway through, You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. I don't like the title of this book, and you want to know why I don't like the title of this book? It's because of the Florence and the Machine song, Hunger. I don't know. I don't like the title of this book. But You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. I'm halfway through it, but like the month is almost over. This vlog goes up on the last day of the month. Sometimes I accidentally put it up like at midnight, and so it rolls into like the first day of the next month, but it don't matter. Can I read 2 more books? Can I read 2 more books? I don't know if we're gonna get to The Bread the Devil Needs and Memphis, so we might have to make a judgment call after we finish this book on what book we're definitely gonna read next and what book might get pushed to the side. But I have been reading You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akwaeke Emezi. So this book is following a girl named Faye. She lives in New York City. Are they in New York? They live in New York City, I think. Child, let me look. I could have totally made that up. They might not even be in New York City. They could be anywhere. I don't know. I could have totally made that up. I don't remember. But anyway, they live in some city. And basically her ex-fiance, maybe ex-husband, like, Kenya, did you read the book? Her ex, he died on her. He died on her for reasons. You'll have to read the book to find out those reasons. And basically, since then, she has had a hard time with commitment. She's had commitment issues. She doesn't want to commit to anyone. And so she's just been sleeping around and all of that stuff. So when she's at a party one day, she meets this guy. They instantly hook up and whatever. But then she meets this guy's friend. And she realized, ooh, the friend is cuter. You know when you don't pick the leader of the group? She said the man she was with was not the leader of the group. She needs to get with the leader of the group. So she gets with the leader of the group and they hit it off. Now they choose to take things more slowly. You know, she's going to actually try to build a romance with this guy. So she's talking to this guy about her passions. We learn that she's an artist. She likes to do art. She has a best friend named Joy. Joy is a lesbian. And they talk back and forth and all that stuff. Well, this guy that she's dating, he's like, my dad is an art collector, and there's this art thing back in where they at? They're going back. Are they going to Africa? They're going to some country in Africa. Is it Nigeria? I think they're going to Nigeria. Oh, this is a terrible update. I don't know. They're going to some country in Africa. And basically, so he's like, hey, my dad has a really nice house because his dad is really rich. You should come stay at my dad's house with me. And like, yeah, you can have your art be shown in this like really famous, show or whatever. So she goes, she meets the dad. She realizes the dad is actually a famous chef that she like knows through like popularity. She knows who he is. And so like, she's staying at the house and she realizes, wait a minute, she has a crush on the father. So basically she's dating this guy. She ends up going back to his home country and realizes she got a crush on the daddy. You can tell by how sparse my details are and like how like I'm feeling about the that I'm not taking a lot of it in. The messiness of it is the only thing keeping me compelled. I really want to know if she gonna hook up with this man daddy. But like, oh, am I like in it? You want to know what vibes I'm getting? I'm getting real vibes. Do y'all remember I put it up here, real, how I didn't love that book even though everyone else did? Like, it just something I didn't fully connect with. That's what this is giving me. I'm just not fully connecting with it. Like Faye, I'm not fully connecting with her. I'm not fully connecting with the son or the father. I'm not fully connecting with my ex-husband is dead. He's her husband. Yeah, I know that. Like, I'm not fully connecting with it. I don't love it. I don't love it, and I thought I would, because I think everyone whose videos I've watched has liked this book, I think. And so, like, I thought I would enjoy it, but I'm just kind of like, I'm not enjoying it. It's not like, whoa, let me put this down, but like, I also could have skipped it. And the thing is, what's crazy is I was gonna skip this book. But y'all come in my DMs like all the time and give me book recommendations, and I appreciate them so greatly. Usually the books are already on my radar, but like that's why over on my Goodreads, which is As Told by Kenya, I put up I have a might buy folder, so like you guys can see the books that are already on my radar that I'm thinking about buying, so you ain't gotta DM me about it. You still could, I don't mind the DMs, like whatever, but I've been DM'd so many times about this book, like, Kenya, are you gonna read it? Are you reading it? It's gonna be a book club pick. It's gonna be a book club. And I honestly was gonna skip this one. I wasn't gonna read this one, but like so many of you guys came to me and told me about it, so I picked it up, and it's like whatever. It's pretty short, it's easy to read, but like I could have skipped it. So far, I'm literally on page 121. And like, I could have skipped it. I'm feeling like I could have skipped it. Now, if I come back and I'm singing a totally different tune, which I hopefully it's just one of those, you know, it had me in the first half. Like, hopefully it's one of those. Like, and maybe I'll be singing a different tune. But thus far, I'm just not interested. None of the characters are really pulling me in. The storyline isn't pulling me in. Like, I love mess, and this is messy. Like, wanting to date someone's father whose son you're already dating is nuts. But like, we still gotta, you know, we still gotta be good. You know, the book still gotta be a little bit good. And like, shaping up to be a 3-star. Shaping up to be a 3-star read. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next clip when I finish, and then we'll decide what book we're gonna read next. Okay? Y'all are going to hell. Y'all are going to hell. You made a fool of death with your beauty. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. Because I'm like in a good mood. I have food downstairs ready for me to eat, so I'm feeling good. But this book wasn't good. I went on Goodreads to like see how the hell this book has become a book that all y'all telling me I should read. So I looked at some of the reviews. Why is Monty, the booktuber Monty, why are they the only person who has given this book the star rating that it deserves? This book is not good. Like, foolishness aside, if you put aside the pure fuckery that is this relationship that we have, there's no reason for these two people to be together. Like, this book feels like I missed 200 pages of another book, like where these two people like started to like one another. She went to his home. I'm talking about her nigga father. She went to his home. They had one conversation about both of their partners being dead. And then, like, we're supposed to believe they're, like, madly in love. Like, they're supposed to be together. Like, that's the part that's just really not, it's not gelling with me. I haven't bought what you're selling to me. Because what about these two people make you believe that they should just be together? Because both of they got dead partners? Because his wife died and her husband died, they supposed to be together. And like, this book wants you to leave the fuckery aside because you're just like, they both experience loss, they understand each other. But it's just like, when have you showed me? They had one conversation at breakfast and now they're madly in love with each other. And I'm so sorry. The boyfriend, the person who took her to his daddy's house, he's nasty. Like, the way he treated her after he found out that they were together, he's nasty. But like, his upsetness, like him just being upset, is warranted. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, this is just foolishness. This is just foolishness and fuckery. And like, I love mess. So like, what kept me reading this book was the mess of it all. Like, I'm giving it 2 stars because like, the mess is enjoyable for you. But for you to sit here and look me in the eye and say, I should take this relationship seriously. Seriously, she went over to what I still didn't realize, but I still don't know what country they in. Are they in Ethiopia? I still don't know where they at. But she went over there and she started sleeping with let's say she's not with the guy because they weren't dating. She started sleeping with her friend daddy. And then she upset that the friend upset. She upset that the daddy daughter upset. It's just not realistic. Like, and then you're telling me this should be okay because he understands her. This is an old nigga. Like, no, this is bad. This book was bad. This book, like, it's just nothing. Like, it's not a good romance. It's just not good. It's just simply not good. Like, you want to know what? I'm lying. I see exactly why people like this book. I know y'all. I know you. Like, you guys, a bunch of people liking something that I believe sucks is nothing new. Like, it's nothing new. So it's not like I'm sitting here just like in shock. But I am in shock that on the Goodreads, people that I respect like this book, because I'm just like, no. And I don't want to be nasty. Like, this book is like fine. Like, I enjoyed some of the characters. Faye was useless. Like, if I had to make a short list of characters like I dislike strongly, Faye would be one of them. I don't feel like she's explained or like in like the type of character that she is. I just feel like the word grief in the act of grieving is doing a lot of heavy lifting in the book to explain a lot of people's actions, to explain a lot of people's desires and reasoning. Like, that's what I feel like. Because why she with them people daddy? Like, that's weird. Like, I'm sorry. Next. So that didn't work. That's fine. This vlog is already off to a not so great start. Wahala was fine. This was bad. We're going to move on to Memphis. At least the 2 books we have left. I don't know if we get to them, but the 2 books we do have left, Memphis and The Bread the Devil Needs, are the 2 highest rated books of the blog. That's the thing. This book isn't amazingly rated. It has a 3.7, so it's not like it has amazing ratings, but like, it should be lower. Like, ooh, that wasn't good. I'm gonna get that taste out of my mouth. Like, you guys, I dislike this. This might show up in my least favorite books of the year. Like, the thing is, mess, I love mess. I'm a messy girl, so I love mess. So like, the mess was there, but like, just an overall good story that makes sense and like, you have something to sink your teeth into? No. Anyways, Memphis. We are going to read Memphis. That's the book I'm going to read next. Ooh, it's so cute. It's so cute. I usually don't like the like whole like trend that's in with the busy cover. It activates like my vertigo. Like, I can't do it. But like, I think this is cute. So we're going to read Memphis. It's not a long one. And so yeah, Memphis by Tara M. Stringfellow. I am excited. Okay. And I love the name Tara. I think I told you that. Obviously, I love the name Tara. Anyways, I'll start reading that, but I had to come in here and give you my thoughts. They wasn't good. And the thing is, back to this book, I'm not gonna let it go. I wanted to not read this book. I literally was not going to buy this book, but I bought it. I paid full price for it and regret it. Like, why did I do that? Like, I can blame no one but myself. I didn't like it, guys. That's unfortunate. I didn't like it. Anyways, I'll see you later. Hello, you guys. We are here for our first clip about Memphis by Tara M. Stringfellow. I love it. I love books like this. Kenya, what is this book like? I love books about generational Black trauma. I'm so sorry. I know in this day and age, the phrase like Black trauma gets this like negative connotation when it comes to like the quality of that art. So many people say they don't want Black trauma stories anymore. I'm not one of you, especially when it comes to literature. I just love a book about the generational secrets and lies and triumphs of Black people. I do. It's my favorite form of fiction. I just love reading about like these random families in the middle of America Doesn't even have to be America. It can be anywhere. And just like the lies, the secrets, the truths that come from their family, just reading about these Black women finding like community and finding themselves and just finding themselves throughout their family history. I love it. This type of story is just for me. I eat it up every single time. What I love the most about books like this, they always start off a little confusing because you don't know the pieces. You're always just thrusted into the story. Like all of these books kind of follow the same like way of like this. They follow the same exact like narrative structure. You're kind of just thrusted into the story. It's kind of like someone is just telling you family secrets. You're immediately just thrusted into the story. And for a good 1, 2, maybe even 3 chapters, you're confused. You're totally confused. No one tries to catch you up on the confusion. It wants you to be confused because it's one of those what's understood doesn't need to be explained. So as you start learning things about the characters, you start to like understand. In that moment when the story clicks, I live for that moment. I live for that moment when everything comes together and the story clicks for me. I realize what's going on. I understand everyone's motivation and what is going on. And this book is no different. We start this story off with a POV from Joanne, I believe. Joanne is telling us a POV because her cousin has come to like live with them or come to like visit, and she immediately gets this flashback of something her cousin did to her in the past, and that kind of starts our story. Like, what is this secret? What has this family gone through that has kind of got them to this moment, or what's going on in this family? And so we learn about this woman named Miriam. Miriam is this Black woman who is from Memphis, and basically she meets this man who is in the military. They fall in love and something happens. Something happens that causes her daughter Joanne, and their other daughter to have to flee back to Memphis to run away from this man. So throughout this story, we are hearing about this family, all the women. We have Joanne, who's the daughter. We have the mother, who is Miriam, and we have the sister slash aunt, who is August. Those are our POVs thus far, and you're just learning about all of them and all their secrets. I love it. I love it. Like, these books, the reason what I love about these books is like there's this air of like mystery, this air of like a little bit of magical realism, this little bit of like spirituality going on in the back. It's almost like there's these forces that our characters can't control that are working in their life and causing, like, I love the reflection. And so, like, for example, this is kind of a spoiler, but like, stay with me. The aunt slash sister, her name is August, and she sees Miriam getting choked out by her husband. And Joanne is going through what Joanne is going through as a daughter, as a 3-year-old little girl. And so like Joanne is crying because of what she's going through. But as August is driving the car, she sees her sister being abused by her husband. And so she leaves the crying baby and goes to like fight her sister's husband. And she says to herself, what woman would leave a crying baby in the car to go fight some man? But then she goes, what God would make it so that she would have to choose between a crying baby and to go save her sister from being killed by her husband? And it's just the reflection there. It's this reflection of being like these two dualities, this like dealing with reality, but also trying to have faith, and everyone telling you the ways in which you failed, but like, look at my options. I love it. I just love this idea of these people struggling with so many things inside and trying to be good Black women and trying to be good wives and good sisters and good mothers and all of those things. But like, there's these forces that they can't control. They can't control, that are acting on them and making them have to make terrible decisions. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just such a, and like, I'm going to be honest, like, this book is rough. everyone, when it comes to all these books I'm about to show you, it's rough. Like the subject matter is rough. Like you really gotta, like, everyone's going through a lot and a lot of things, but it's a lot of real things. Like a lot of times, that's why I don't hang in the I hate black trauma stories, because like the stuff is real. Like people are going through these things, and it's like, it's real. Like these families exist. Like nothing I read in here feels forced or trivial or like rant. Like this is real. Like even though this is a fiction story, this is real. This is real, you know? Like, and I don't know how much fiction this is. This could 100% be about an actual family, but it's real. Like people are really, and I just love it. I just love feeling like I'm a fly on the wall, seeing these families come together and they crumble. And what I love the most about this books is the fact that at the root of them, it's black women finding one another and finding comfort with each other and saving one another. I love it. So far, so fucking good. I do want to say some comparisons. My favorite book of all time is Mama Day by Gloria Naylor. 100% fits right on into it. A book, Red Island House, fits right on into it. Call Baby fits right on into it. How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her Porch. Like, this is my brand. This right here is my brand. Something maybe a little lighter, no pun intended, The Vanishing Half, like, kind of comes in there too, but I don't love this book. But this is my brand. Like, these books are my brand. Like, books like this. That, it is just, I love it so freaking much. And so when it's done right, Memphis is doing it right. But like I said, all the trigger warnings, I'm not even about to like go through the all the trigger warnings. All the trigger warning you could think of is in this book. And I'm only a quarter of the way through. Like this, all the trigger warnings, but boy is it good. Boy is it brilliant. Boy is it brilliant. And what I love also about this genre, everybody can't do it. Everyone can't do it. It takes a level of finesse, a level of care, a level of intention to do it well. And I love it. I just love it. Anyways, I'm going to finish reading it and I will see you guys when I do. Okay, peace. Hello, you guys. I have finished Memphis. I haven't finished Memphis, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5 out of 5 stars. There's really not much more I can say about it. This is just a book that is for me. Just because I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars does not mean I recommend you go read it. Like, if you like books like this generational trauma, generational story about how a family is just trying their best, but you know, things get in the way. If you like those types of stories, this is for you. This is doing that at its best. But if you don't like that, like, I know I don't like black trauma crowd, this for damn sure is not for you. This is just my type of book, and I just thought it was written beautifully. I thought the intention behind it was so good. I thought naming it Memphis was just perfect, and I love the different POVs that got incorporated in the story. I love the complexity of the characters. I love how they all had their own stories and they all had their own things that, like, how Memphis came to mold them. I just loved it. I genuinely came to love it. Yeah, so like 5 out of 5 stars. So I'm going to wrap up this video. We are not going to read The Bread the Devil Needs because, like, I got to get this video up. So I'm literally going to sit in front of my other camera and wrap up this video. And yeah, we'll talk about like my final thoughts on this. Okay, so it is the end. I set out to read a bunch of black fiction. I wanted to read 4 books. We only got the 3. It happens. I said at the beginning of the video, this end of the month video just takes a lot because I have to find time to read like all of the books, and it's hard. I probably should have like cut out a random book that I read at the beginning of the month that wasn't even for a video, and I could have got in The Bread the Devil Needs, but you know, you live and you learn. But we did read 3 books in this video. I am so happy that I read these 3 books. No, they weren't all big success, but these books have been sitting on my bookshelf, and I never knew when it's going to be the time for me to read them. So the fact that I have read them all, I'm very happy. Yeah, let's discuss them. So the first book we read was Wahala by Nikki May. I found this book to just be a lot of fun. Like, it was a good read. Like, did it change my life? No. Will it be in my best books of the year? No. Will it be in my worst books of the year? No. Will it be my most surprising, most disappointing? No, 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 no. It will be in none of those. It was just a book that I read. It was a good time. It didn't waste my time. The reason why this book is not going to be in any of those lists is because, like, I felt like the book lacked some complexity that I personally need in a story. I thought the characters were good. They had good outlines. I just needed more meat on the bone for them. So, like, I gave this book 3.5 out of 5 stars. I stand firm on that. It was just a fine book. You know, good. It was just a good book. It was a good book. And that's all I really have to say about Wahala by Nikki May. The next book we have is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. My big issue with this book is I assume this book is a romance. Maybe it'll be in the romance category of Goodreads. I don't know what it markets itself as, but like it just failed on all fronts for me. I found this book to be foolishness. I just found this book to be foolishness and messiness, and I know exactly why the people who like this book like this book. People love the mess. People love the idea of this girl falling in love with this dad and da-da-da-da, them being together and all this stuff. It just did not work for me. Maybe the best thing about this book is the sex scenes are written really well, but like it's with somebody daddy, so it was a little cringe for me. It just did not work for me. I did not feel like these characters developed a real romance. It's like I said in this section of the video, I feel like I'm missing some of the book. I'm missing the part of the book where we're supposed to root for this couple, and we're supposed to see that these two people are star-crossed lovers, and it just felt like love of convenience. Like, I don't know, it just didn't. It felt like we needed a story about this girl falling in love with this guy she's dating daddy, and that's what we got, but there wasn't any effort put in to try to show that these two are a romance. It really puzzles me that people give this book high reviews, because I don't see it. This is one of the books where I just genuinely don't see it. I can see you thinking this book is fine. Like, yeah, I gave it a 2, but I can see you saying this book is 3, maybe even 4, but like 5 stars. I don't see it, but that's fine. Everything ain't for me. I am happy that I read it, although I was gonna skip out on this one because the blurb didn't really pull me in, but all of you told me to read it, and like, this is why I should just listen to myself. So anyway, 2 out of 5 stars. I will read more from Amezi. I will read more, but this just wasn't it. And for that to be my first time introduced to Amezi, I just wish it was better. Last but not least, we have Memphis by Tara M. Stringfellow. I loved it. I literally just said it over there. I absolutely adored this book. What I love the most about this book, yeah, you have all the trauma and all that stuff, but what I love the most is the message. This book is a message about community and Black people coming together in Memphis and Black people building each other up. That's why I said earlier I really enjoyed the Black trauma ebooks and all that, because like the message at the heart of them is always about community and building one another up and love and Black love and family and all of that, and that's what you got from Memphis. And also a lot of these books show that the things you go through are not singular. Like everyone, like the generations before you have gone through the same things that you have gone through, and also the things that you are going through are not as bad as generations before. Like, you are the product of someone putting in a lot of work. So even when you're at your lowest, be proud of where you came from and be proud of how far you have come and how far your family has come and the things that you are doing that was set up generations after you and all of that stuff. It's all about family. It's all about community. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. 5 out of 5 stars. It is the success of this video. So yeah, I very much so am very happy that I read all of these books. And yeah, if you like the synopsis of what I said, pick them up. I think all of these books could work for someone. I greatly respect all of these books. It's just one didn't work for me. The other one was fine and I loved one. So that's it. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I will see you guys next month for Halloween. You're going to get a lot of videos, so I hope in October, because I got a lot of books to read as my last video showed you. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one.